Hey folks, Brian here. Today I want to talk about something very important. Before I get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my wisdom in the future. But today I want to talk about pastors. October is Pastor Appreciation Month. And y'all know I love the church. I love the big church, God's people, and I love the local church. And October is Pastor Appreciation Month. So I want to talk about how to appreciate your pastor. Christian pollster George Barna says that, quote, "Pastors are the single most occupationally frustrated professionals in America." That's sad, folks. We need to encourage our pastors. So I'm going to talk about that. 1 Timothy 5:17 in the New King James says, "Let the elders who rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those who labor in the word and doctrine." The NLT says, "Elders who do their work well should be respected and paid well, especially those who work hard at both preaching and teaching." So how can you encourage your pastor? I'm going to rush through these. Number one, attend church regularly. Hebrews 10:25 says, let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do. Find the right church. There are very few legitimate reasons for choosing or leaving a church. So you got to be in the right church and support that pastor. One pastor said, "An empty pew has an eloquent tongue. To the preacher, it says your sermon is not worthwhile. The empty pew is a weight. The occupied pew is a wing." Number two, pray. Pray for your pastor. In the book, Your Pastor, Prayed On or Prayed For, Terry Teichel says, "I am most grateful for each layperson who has ever prayed for me. Only through their spiritual support has my ministry been able to endure its darkest days. When a layperson told me that he or she was praying for me, I felt sustained." Number three, volunteer. Only about a third of Americans actually volunteer their time and talents in their church home. In a Gallup poll, pastors cite this apparent lack of commitment as one of their biggest frustrations in the ministry. So volunteer. Number four, share your spiritual growth. Tell your pastor the effect that he's had on you. Maybe a particular sermon convicted you in a certain way. Maybe he explained a scripture that you hadn't, a way you hadn't thought of before. So tell him the effect he's had. And maybe even write him an email or a letter so he can reread it. Number five, invite a friend to church. Most people are intimidated when the pastor invites them to church, but they'll come when their friend invites them to church. A leader is encouraged when he sees his congregation reaching out and growing. It's just like, recommending a good book or a good restaurant to your friends. You tell them about it. You invite them. And it's not the pastor's job to win the lost. Shepherds don't beget sheep. Sheep beget sheep. It's our job to win the lost and bring them in. His job is to shepherd the flock and to equip the saints. Number six. Turn the page. Number six, criticize privately. That's a big one. Don't spout your criticisms to others in the church. One pastor tells his congregation, "If I'm doing something that bothers you, please come to me. I need to hear it from you, not from someone else." If the person you're discussing it with is not part of the problem or part of the solution, then it's probably gossip. So take your concerns to the pastor directly. He'll appreciate your honesty and the opportunity to share perspectives. Number seven, befriend his family. According to a Fuller Institute survey, 80% of all pastors feel their jobs have a negative effect on their families. 80%. Pastors' wives and children often feel isolated and pressured by high expectations. I know a pastor, he's not even in the ministry anymore, but he was a pastor. He had 7 kids. Only one of them is in church now because of church hurt and those kind of things. So befriend his family. Invite them out, invite them to lunch, invite them to a ball game. Offer to babysit his kids. If he's got young kids, offer to babysit them so he can have a date with his wife. Pastors and their families are people too, and people need friends. Number 8, remember him on his special days. Pastors and their families celebrate birthdays and Christmas and anniversaries. So find out when those are. Drop them a card, a phone call, a gift. Number 9, be an advocate. An advocate is a person who supports or speaks in favor, a person who pleads for another. You don't have to agree with your pastor on everything, but as your leader, he deserves your steadfast encouragement, especially during difficult times. You can have disagreement and disappointment without disunity. That was good. You should write that down. Number 10, say thank you. The pastor's not just a preacher. He's an administrator, teacher, janitor, counselor, arbitrator, visionary, fundraiser. He works in a very high expectation environment in which he is constantly scrutinized and rarely applauded. Support your pastor, encourage him, pray for him, advocate for him, honor him, and thank him. Follow your pastor, lead, let him lead, and see what God will do. Truett Cathy said, "It's amazing how much you can accomplish when you trust the people around you and they trust you." So support your pastor, let him know it, do those things. Watch this video again, write those things down, and do them. Encourage your pastor. Thank you, pastors, for what you do. Thank you for the call of God, for answering the call of God, and thank you so much for what you do. Thanks for watching. Again, like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay salty, my friends.